Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Bob here. As you can see, back in Everquest. We're doing some more Everquest today, and it's kind of quite. This is. I'm just going to check if I'm in the right place. This is quite a lazy Everquest. I'm still having a massive, absolute mare of a time with the whole class thing. You know, choosing a class to stick with. You know, it's never going to happen. I don't think. I just don't seem to have it in me. It's. It just done they work. I just I don't know what it is. I mean, my highest character is still a 22. I think almost 23 now. I think 23 enchanter, and I guess he's the most likely class to get anywhere. I kind of really enjoy my magician. He's level 15, and then I've got my little shaman here, level 12. And this is, I mean, I'm feeling quite lazy today, and this is quite a lazy camp. I'm basically killing scarabs. The only problem is, whereas there generally does seem to be a fair few around. Yeah, I can't find any at the moment. I think I definitely know that. Whereabouts are we? I definitely know there's a spawn point here, but I think that jackal has maybe spawned in its place. So let's get rid of that first. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm still in class, what would you call it, class malaise, I don't know, class hell. Yeah, but I'm still enjoying playing Everquest. You know, I just can't stick with that one class, which is a bit of a pain for you guys, because I'd kind of quite like to sort of move on and show you some different different zones. But there you go, we'll get there in the end. We will get there, trust me on this one. Okay, Bosh, jackal dead. Okay, now there should be, I'm sure there should be a scarab wandering around here. Let's just sit down for a minute. Yeah, it's. I think part of the problem is the fact that it's kind of been winter for quite a long time here now. In good old Blighty. It's just, yeah, we're sort of. I think people just. I think there's a bit of a stereotype that the UK or England or wherever just generally has bad weather sort of all the time. Some parts of it too, I think, probably. But what we normally get, what we're used to here, is wet and grey. Really, is us island folk. But sort of temperatures hovering around sort of freezing for, you know, for quite a long period of time. We're not used to that. You know, we're not made for that. Us islanders here. You know, jousting. You know, feasting. That sort of thing. Invading small countries that have got no hope of of actually beating us. Yeah, we do that. We do all that sort of stuff. That's what we do here. You know, we don't hawking, hunting, you know, eating boar by the leg load. You know, that's what we do here. We don't do freezing temperatures particularly well. And it's funny because you sort of look around at your family and friends and people, and you just know, you just get to a point where it's just dragging them down. You know, if we're waking up every morning and it's close to freezing. It hasn't been too bad the last couple of days, I have to say, but I think we're all getting a bit fed up with it now. All our skin's really chapped and dry, and we're all still sniffing and coughing, and it's just, God's sake. So yeah, so I think that's sort of, I think that's why I've logged in with my shaman here, because I'm just feeling lazy, and it's pretty lazy camp. And just things have been, I think because of that, things have been pretty lazy generally. I mean, I haven't been doing many videos at all, which is a bit of a pain, because I mean, I do enjoy doing them, but I just really haven't felt like it. We need some warm weather to come along, I think, probably. Let's whack a drowsy on this dude. They pack a real punch, these scarabs. I think because they kind of seem quite small in comparison to my troll model. Oh, for God's sake! Why would a sand scarab possibly have huge resistances to poison? There you go. Anyway, it's going to be a fun fight. This is, and I really enjoy playing the shaman. I love the troll. I haven't even switched on auto attack. Holy smoke! What am I doing? And I like the spells and stuff. I like all the sort of stuff it does. My drowsy's worn off. Shall I put another drowsy on? Let's put drowsy on. Ah, cool. Didn't resist that one. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a bit more of a. Well, it's like it's kind of like a clerical enchanter in a way. I mean, you haven't got the whole charm thing. I understand that, but I do get a pet later on. Yeah, but a lot of debuffs and buffs and that kind of thing. So some of the mechanics work in a similar way to the enchanter. I do like it, and I like the trolls. I like the whole troll model and all that sort of stuff. But I'm kind of going through a difficult period with them at the moment. I think when I get to level 14 and I get bind, probably things may be better. But at the moment, yeah, it's tricky, and I think apparently, I mean, Shaman's are pretty good solos, so I've heard. But I think they're quite tricky up until a certain point. I think even maybe something like level 29, you know, when you start to get some good dots and stuff. I think yeah, things kind of stay tricky. Just not impossible. It's just slow, I think, probably. I mean, I've killed that dark blue there, and I'm down to sort of 15%. 50% mana and sort of 50% life. At this sort of level, it's quite good because it doesn't really take that long to get back. A couple of minutes sitting down and you're ready to go again. But it's quite slow. But as I said, kind of feeling lazy. And it's interesting because I think what I've noticed since I've started playing Everquest again is Everquest makes you. It's quite a strange thing, but Everquest and maybe other MMOs kind of make you lazy towards gaming in general as well. I mean, I've found since I started playing Everquest, I'm sort of not really playing hardly any single player games at all, and that's quite historic, I would say. Is historic the right word? Yeah, I like historic. It's a good word. I'll use it. I think it's quite yeah, just historically, that seems to be the case, certainly with me anyway. You know, I get into an MMO, and I kind of seem to ignore all sorts of other gaming. And there was a period of time where I probably missed a load of good single-player games, and I'm only just going through, sort of catching up with a lot of them now. But certainly when Ultra Online first came out, and then I moved to Everquest, and then I sort of played some Dark Age of Camelot. Sort of, you know, there was a massive period of years, actually, where I kind of ignored single-player games altogether and just played MMOs, and it's that sort of game. I think the problem with something like Everquest, for example, is generally you need to be playing it. Progression is so slow, for me anyway, I have to say, that you sort of, you know, you have to be playing it to be getting anywhere, and you switch your computer on, and it does become quite lazy. I switch the computer on, and I've currently got, I think in my Steam pile, I've got sort of Far Cry 3 that I haven't even looked at yet. I bought Bioshock Infinite the other day. I don't know why, because I haven't even looked at that yet. And I want to look at them, but it's easier just to switch the computer on, whack on Everquest. Yeah, and just play that. And it'd be interesting to see if any of you guys have ever had similar experiences. But I know for me, whenever I get into an MMO, whatever one it might be, but Everquest was the worst one for it. Yeah, just find really lazy towards other gaming. And just sort of generally ignore it for large periods of time, which I don't really want to do. I kind of like to keep ahead of, you know, what's going on the gaming front, and sort of the PC hardware is kind of hang on, let's not get carried away. Sorry, I kind of want to show you some action here, but what I don't want to do is, as you can see, they're kind of quite close fights at the moment, so I don't want to go running off pulling things in, and I've got no mana and that sort of crap, and I get killed. That'd be rubbish. But at these levels, as I said, you know, you get your mana and stuff back pretty quickly, so it's not too bad. Let's go and find another scarab. Yeah, so that's what's been happening. I've just been being pretty lazy towards everything, even making videos, which is a real shame because I'm like, you know, I do enjoy making videos. Let's pull. Can I pull that sand scarab? Can I? Is that a range? Okay. There's someone else fighting spiders there now, which is a bad thing. I hope he doesn't want the scarabs. That'd be a pain in the arse. Yeah, so I've been really lazy towards YouTube as well, which is a shame because I really enjoy it. But yeah, it just sort of, you know, it's just the way it's been working out. I'm hoping this is kind of. I've had a couple of false starts to try and get the channel up and running again. But hopefully this will be more successful. The sun's out, you know. We're in the desert. It's nice and hot. Nice palm trees. Maybe things will pick up a bit here. But of course, the key thing from an Everquest point of view is I do need to push on and do something else. Just move on, get a character going, reasonable level. I mean, I'd be happy to get a character sort of like 30, to be honest with you, because I think that's the sort of time where you can start at least poking your nose into some dungeons. Having a look around, that kind of thing. It's difficult to even say what the problem is with regards to sort of choosing a class. The enchanter makes sense to me because I have to say, I mean, I'm going to be soloing for most of probably the time that I play. That's just the way. It's just what I do. I mean, a lot of people always said to me, "Oh, why the hell do you play MMOs if you play on your own?" Well, I don't really like MMOs particularly for the company. I've got a family, so I don't really need the company. I don't mind gaming with other people. Yeah, it's fine, but I don't need the company. I'm not desperate for it. And it can be quite often. It can be difficult. It's difficult to find people who you game with, and your outlook is similar. I mean, if I get into a group and there's 4 or 5 of us, and one of them's a complete dickhead, or they're just a lot younger than me, and they're saying stupid things, I just quit out of the group because I just can't, I just can't be dealing with it. Nothing wrong with them. I'm sure the people are perfectly nice, but I just, it's not what I'm looking for, I don't think. So I end up sort of playing on my own. So the enchanter makes quite a lot of sense because I've been using charm quite a lot, and I think charm is overpowered currently. I don't know if it was like it on live. I'm assuming it was. I don't think Project 1999 has everything perfect. Is an exact replica of what it was like at Classic, but charm seems overpowered. I'm sort of charming just dark blue stuff at the moment, and I've had no problems with breaks or anything like that. Whack a tash on it, and I've got up again. You see, I'm too eager to go running off, and there is another scarab up there. Look, but I think he'll walk this way, so we'll let him get here, and then we'll have a go. Yeah, but sort of tash charm, and it lasts long enough for the fight. Sort of few minutes, no problem. So that's been going pretty well. So I think that class will be quite good, particularly when you want to poke your head into dungeons. I think with an enchanter, if you're somewhere and you're at the right level, you can probably solo anywhere essentially. If you've got 2-3 mobs, charm one, crowd control the other, and away you go. Breaking camps and stuff seems really easy. As I said, charm so far seems quite reliable. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that. And the magician I'm enjoying. The magician seems quite good fun. You've got less control over the fight, I think, generally, particularly when you're in a dungeon. But the pets are pretty mean. So yeah, that's another choice. Then you've got the old Shaman, who apparently is really good soloer at later levels. And I do like the freedom of having Spirit of Wolf. It's funny how sort of one spell kind of changes the whole game. Some people will say, if you're enchanted, charm kind of changes the game changer, big one. Spirit of Wolf, again, another massive one, I think. It's difficult to have a character without it. I could get Machanter up to a level where he can get the J boots, I suppose. Yeah, but we'll see how that goes. For that, I'm a bit unsure for that kind of thing with regards to relying on the community for stuff. There are some really great people on the server, but I think, unfortunately, like personally, from what I've seen recently, my experience is there could possibly be just as many dickheads. So yeah, it's a tricky one. It's do you want to get conned? Do you want to rely on people being? Am I going to have to run here or not? Let's nuke the bugger a bit. So we're running close on the old hit point front at the moment. I don't want to have to run. Am I going to have to run? Hopefully not. I'm not timing the nukes particularly well, being really noobyish about it actually. There we go. Oops. As you can see, I haven't even been looting these scarabs. I haven't got any more room I haven't got an inventory, to be quite frank. I've got a little bag, and that's about it. But yeah, this particular sitting on my big backside here is going to be quite a long time, so I might cut ahead in a sec. Yeah, but I'm not sure about sort of relying on community for doing quests and that kind of thing, just because I haven't had. I've had a couple of other bad experiences personally. I had my enchanter in East Karana, and there was a pretty douchey bard, unfortunately. Just wasn't very understanding. I mean, I was understanding that, and there was someone else in the zone as well. You know, we sort of we understood that that's how bards level. That's fine. You know, they round up hundreds of mobs and kite them. No problem with that. Yeah, and East Karana is for the level that he was. It's one of the most popular places. It's sort of, you know, we didn't have a problem with that at all. But there was no regard or thought for anyone around him. Particularly with killing things, you know, you sort of, you know, we were saying rather than kiting 100 mobs, can't you kite 70? You know, so there's something else around for other people to fight. But it wasn't interested in that, you know, which is a shame. I've had a few other experiences like that as well, but I've just avoid them. You know, there's just no point in getting involved. Let's just do a bit more of this. Bit more healing, because the regen on the troll's quite good, but it still doesn't go up as quick as the mana. So yeah, just a bit of inner fire now and again, just to boost the hit points up, to keep things ticking over about the same, and we'll be good to go again. Yeah, but as you can see, I mean, it's pretty slow and painful at the moment. My equipment's all right, but you know, I haven't got a huge amount to spend. I spent some money on some banded armour. A couple of pieces are still not banded. There's a woven cape and a woven cap, but most of it's banded, so that's not too bad. I think the problem is a weapon. I've only got a cracked staff. Now I know that there are damage caps in play until a certain point, but you know, I probably need to spend, I don't know, 50-100 plats maybe on a better Shaman weapon, just so I'm dishing out a bit more damage really, and sort of fights are not taking as long. And in turn, you know, I spend less time on the backside. Yeah, but that's just I'm not keen on getting involved in the whole East Commons thing. You know, the whole auctioning thing. You can go and sit there sometimes for ages and nothing comes up that you can afford, or even that you can use. You know, it's and stuff seems quite overpriced on here as well. Weapons that you kind of think, well, you sort of look at the history and you think back to classic and you think, well, that should be sort of 50 to 100 plat or something, you know. people are asking for thousands of plat for something that probably should be a few hundred. You know, it's sort of seems a bit crazy. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not hanging around enough. Sometimes these people get shouted down, but you know. Other people who are a bit more realistic say it's a ridiculous price. I don't like that, you know, but at the same time, I don't like someone to get ripped off. So, yeah, that's it's just one of those things with these commons. You know, it sort of happens, unavoidable. I think probably. Let's chuck another couple of inner fires on, and I should be ready. It's sort of, I mean, it's so slow in between combat at the moment. It's so long in between combat, and normally this one spawned again. Ah, look, it's a bloody jackal. What a pain in the arse. Right, let's quickly kill the jackal so that I know. Let's whack a tainted breath on him. Let's just get him out of the way again. Normally it's always a scarab. It must be quite rare that the jackal, and I've just been unlucky. And I'm not. I mean, I've sort of mentioned that those few classes that I've sort of spoken about that I'm playing, but I've even finished there really. To be honest with you, I mean, I started a Shadow Knight because they seem really interesting, but I'm very, very scared of the XP penalty, purely because I don't really play enough. You know, I think to myself, well, 40%, and if I was going to play a Shadow Knight as well, I'd like to be a troll one. So you know, that kind of leaves you with a 60. I guess it would be a 65% XP penalty, which is just, wow, frightening. You know, you just think, geez. I mean, it's fairly slow leveling anyway. Particularly if you if you've got about 15 classes on the go, um, like I have. But yeah, it's just frightening. It just kind of boggles the mind a bit to think about that sort of thing. Maybe what I should be doing here is maybe getting into one of these, getting into like a dervish group or something. Although the dervishes are not, they don't aggro me at the moment, so maybe that's, I mean, at some point soon, you get to a point where your class, it doesn't matter, because you're so high, it doesn't matter if they aggro you or not, I suppose, in the future. But it's quite useful at the moment. Now, where's the bloody scarab? Come on. See, when I brought my enchanter here, it was a couple of levels higher, I think. And that was a lot more useful because I was fighting the spiders as well. But the spiders currently are white and yellow. And I think they'll just kick my ass. I can't remember if they poison you or not. I imagine they probably do. What I may do is get to level, let's have a run up the coast. Get to level 13 and give them a go. That one's yellow, so even at level 13 I won't be giving that one a go. Just no way. Let's go and have a look. I think with the Shaman here, if I'm going to, I've got a few hundred plat spread about, some few different characters. So I think what I think I probably need to do if I'm going to carry on playing with the Shaman is just to twink him a bit, just to make life a bit easier, up to sort of level 24, 29ish, and we'll go from there. I think that's probably going to need to be the way to do the Shaman. I don't like twinking too much, but if you've got a few plat, then why not? With the Magician and the Enchanter, I don't need it really. I mean, at the moment I can kind of take those guys anywhere. Fights are quick, experience is pretty quick, no problems at all. That's a little ghoul there, look. Ooh, I like the ghouls, I love the sound they make. Except when they're whacking on your backside. That's always, that's not a good thing. Madman. I don't know about those guys. He's blue, but I think they cast spells at you, do they? Again, yeah. I'll avoid the spellcasters at the moment, anyway. He's a dubious. He's dubious. Okay, so we're kind of, we're not buddies, but we can pass each other in the night, and yeah, well, there's no animosity. We don't need to fight. Okay, so sand scarabs then. My diet of choice at the moment. Hey, cool. No resists so far. And there we go. 3 spells, all goes on. No resists. that's how I like my fights to go. They seriously give you a whacking sometimes. They hit me with 22 there. That's bloody scary. Also, I think it's probably because I'm low level, but a lot of the things that the Shaman is Paddy hit me for 20 and then 22. Holy smoke! A lot of the things that the Shaman's quite well known for are not operating particularly efficiently at the moment. Like Drowsy, for example. I think it's kind of slowing things down about 25% or so, but it doesn't last very long. I mean, I sort of have to cast 2 a fight really, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. I don't have a haste spell at the moment, and my dots. Yeah, the things that Shaman are famous for, I'm not famous for them at the moment. It's just not happening. Yeah, I need to, as I said, I think 24, level 29, certainly 34 when you get your pet. I think that's when things start to pick up a bit. But at the moment, yeah, it's not so brilliant. It's pretty slow. Oh, bloody hell, I got stunned then. Let's just get this dude out of the way. See, this is going to be another long sit on the backside after this fight. And just do so much damage, I think, is the thing. And I'm kind of wondering how long I can... That's probably why I need to get myself a better weapon. Maybe some hit point rings as well, that might help. A bit more AC. What's that? Cracked scarab. I'm already carrying some pristine ones, so maybe I need to... find someone who wants to buy those. Very interesting zone, I have to say. This one, I know, back in the old days, amazingly, because I know that through your teens and stuff, these are very popular zones. But certainly back in the day, I didn't spend much time in these at all. These areas. So yeah, quite interesting to me. Lots of little interesting sights and stuff. Quite a lot of undead. Yeah, enjoying it a lot. But I'm just going to sit this backside down now. I don't know how long this video's been, but I think I'll end it here. But don't worry, I'll be back soon, sooner than it has been of late, with another video. Thanks for watching, guys.